Welcome back to my channel. We are near a new year, and of course no New Year's Eve is complete without a viewing of the annual Twilight Zone marathon on the Sci-Fi Network. Now, I've been watching the Twilight Zone since I was a child. In syndication, of course. I was not alive when the show came out. And for me, it was, to me, in my opinion, it's the greatest television show that ever existed. It introduced me to so many great stories, and also the science fiction genre on TV and for film. And it stayed with me. And I wanted to share my small collection of Twilight Zone figures from a toy company called Biff Bang Pow, which are like Mego style figures. So let's get into the collection. Now, Biff Bang Pow first debuted these figures in 2010, and I'll give you an example of the scale in a traditional Mego figure. This is my Planet of the Apes Cornelius. I also have Zira. Now, very similar to Mego, they have joints that they can bend at the knee. They have wrist articulation, like that. And they feel like they have a string on their legs, like it's a stringed body. So they have like a little bit of a spring to them. Okay. Fun fact: creator of the Twilight Zone, Rod Serling, wrote the screenplay to the first Planet of the Apes movie. Just a fun fact, in case you didn't know. So the figures I have in front of you are, so they're broken up into different series. The series 1 through 6 is what I have in front of you. They had a total of 8 series. Now, they did release other figures. In 2014, they released 3 3/4 action figure scale. Here's a picture of that. In conjunction with a company called Zika Toys. I'm not a fan of those. I actually own only one, which is the Talkie Tina. And I just think they're not as great in quality and style as these Mego figures. Okay, I do have one of them open, not by choice. The Canamit character from the famous episode To Serve Man. And like my Cornelius, he has the wrist articulation, okay, and goes up and down the arms. Okay, and again, he has that little spring in his leg. I think it's a stringed doll. I'm not sure. And what I love about these figures is they're very well detailed. Like, it looks very TV accurate. And he comes with his cookbook, of course. Spoiler alert, if you've never seen any of these episodes of these characters I'm going to talk to you about, so just your minor spoiler alert. Though the show's been off the air for 60 plus years, you know, just, again, spoiler. So here's his cookbook, which was To Serve Man, as in for dinner. And it has this little print. It's really cool. You can't understand it because, of course, it's in the alien language. Now, they can't stand on their own, these figures. I tried, especially with him. I thought he could, but, never mind. I stand corrected. So he could stand very well because he has these platform type shoes, but I don't think the other figures can. I'm not going to unbox the other figures because I do not have a place for them. The only reason why I'm showing you him is because, unfortunately, he came off his card. Now, with the Twilight Zone figures, what's really cool is they tell you the episode, the character, and then here's the episode. And here's the rest of the other characters. So he was part of Series 1, Series 2, which also included the Devil, And series 1 is the Gremlin and Jason Foster. I'll go into that in a moment. And my 2 favorite, Talkie Tina and Willie, were Comic-Con exclusives. So in the back you have Rod Serling on the card, and just a brief synopsis of pretty much an overview of the Twilight Zone. And here you have all the figures that they released. They also mentioned coming soon with these future series. Here you just have series 1 through 3 in the back. Okay? And like I said, another character who I have recently acquired, actually for Christmas, is Henry Bemis from one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes, Time Enough at Last, episode 8, which was in the first season. Now, again, the detail of these dolls is amazing. Action figures, dolls, whatever you want to call them. Like, they have really nice clothing. Again, very similar to the Mego. And what I love, especially with this character, Bemis, his eyeglasses are even TV accurate. Like the weird thing they did on screen with the great Burgess Meredith, they somehow recreated that for this figure. It's amazing. And of course, he comes with his stack of books. Unfortunately, they don't have much of the print on it. They're not as well detailed as the Martians. So, they're standard plastic stacked books. But you get the idea. It's with the character. Again, spoiler. When he is at the end, pretty much the end of the world, and he's left with a bunch of books that he can't read due to him losing his glasses. One of the most tragic episodes of the Twilight Zone. And that's Henry Bemis. Okay. The next one is the Gremlin from Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. That's the episode starring William Shatner before he was Captain Kirk. Really cool figure. And again, he has the same information on the back of his card. And, again, I'm not unboxing him, but I just wanted to show you what he looked like up close. Okay. And then I have Jason Foster from another one of my favorite episodes, The Mask, which I believe was season 5. And if you know the story of the episode, a man invites his ungrateful family to his home before he dies on the night of Mardi Gras. And so the mask attached to him is the mask he wears in the episode and is recreated in such great detail. I don't believe you can remove it. It has the strap to it is sculpted. I'm not sure. If you know if it can be removed, let me know in the comments. Eventually I will unbox these, but like a lot of my videos with non-living dead dolls, I don't have an official place for them. So he'll stay in his package. He doesn't come with anything. The mask is the accessory. However, again, I don't think he can remove the mask. And that's Jason Foster from The Mask. And of course, my favorite episode, Talkie Tina. I did do a video last Halloween of Biff Bang Pow's Talkie Tina, which was a full-scale replica of the doll. Highly suggest watching that video. And she is so cute. She was very hard to come by. My husband got this one for me for Christmas. She was a Comic-Con exclusive through Entertainment on Earth, along with the ventriloquist dummy, Willie, from the episode The Dummy. and she's from The Living Doll. These two, again, series 3. Now, the interesting thing about these figures, they do run on the pricey side. I've seen them different prices. She and Willie are kind of high. I actually got him for a really good deal because he came with another one of these figures. And I don't know how much my husband paid, but I've been looking for her for years. And you could find her. It's just I wasn't willing to pay the price. I kept shopping around for a deal, but she's really cute. And if you notice, Willie and Talkie Tina, they're a lot smaller than the rest of the figures, with the exception of the Canimate, because they're toys, so they're doll size, so they are much smaller in scale. And that's Talkie Tina and Willie. So I have here the Devil from series 2, and this is from the episode The Howling Man. I believe this is in season 2. Not my favorite episode. It's one that they play every year along with the other characters I showed you. Not much to him. You know, again, another well-detailed figure that's TV accurate. And that's it. Just, that's it. The Devil from The Howling Man. Okay. And another one of my favorite episodes is Will the Real Martian Please Stand Up? Episode 64. Now, as the series went on, this is series 5, the packaging did get smaller. And here in the back is all of the figures that Biff Bang Pow either released or announced they were going to release. Now, of the figures, the only ones I have not seen, and I don't think they released them, was the Clown from the episode 5 Characters in Search of an Exit. Santa Claus from Night of the Meek, another one of my favorite episodes. And Maya the Cat Girl, I believe it was called The Dream. And as far as I know, and I've searched for these figures, I've never came across these 3. If you know they did release them, please let me know in the comments. But I got him a couple of months ago, and he is so cool. He's another one that the condition of the card wasn't the greatest, so I got him for a really great deal. And his accessory is his hat that hides that he's from Venus with the 3-eye. Again, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Another episode that they always play every Twilight Zone marathon, and I just love it. And again, these figures are so well made. They're so cool, and they're just worth having, especially if you're a Twilight Zone fan as myself. And that is the 3-eye Venusian. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. And last but not least is this character. He's an alien from an episode called Hocus Pocus and Frisbee. That episode is episode 95. It was about this man that, you know, he lied all the time. He told exaggerated stories. And then one day a group of men wanted to hear more of his extraordinary feats that he lied about. And he gets taken to their ship, and he finds out they are aliens, but they were in human disguises. So this alien, not one of their best aliens, actually, not really well, not really convincing like the Canimate, for example. And so I just thought he was really cool, and not a well-known episode, but very entertaining. And again, here in the back, this is series 6, and here's all the figures they came out with. So they do have another Canimate. There was a Canimate in a black robe, so not sure if I want to get him, I might just get them just to complete it, but I definitely want all that you see here. And again, they do run a pretty penny, but you know, definitely do your research, shop around. I like them better than the 3 3/4 figures, personally speaking. I think these are the best ones to go. And those 3 3/4 figures, they are so ridiculous in price. It's insane on the secondary market. But they do have more characters represented. They had, gosh, so besides these characters I just showed you, they have episodes like the After Hours, which was the mannequin, spoiler, episode, or the famous The Monsters Are Due at Maple Street. They also have one of my favorites, It's a Good Life, the Bill Mummy character. So there's a lot more characters represented in that figure line. I don't know if it's in production, but you know, if you're interested, again, it's Biff Bang Pow. I believe they have the main license for the Twilight Zone. And they also did bobbleheads as well. I owned the Talkie Tina bobblehead, and unfortunately her pigtails are broken. I'm devastated because it's really hard to replace because they're really expensive. So I'm hoping my husband can fix her. I still have her pigtails. It just needs to be super glued. And her battery needs to be replaced. She talks as well. And there you have it. That's my small collection of Twilight Zone figures. I hope you enjoyed this detour of my usual subject matter. But again, Twilight Zone is a near and dear show to me. I think, again, it's one of the best television shows ever created. It's one of the most important television shows in existence. It has influenced so many future television shows like Black Mirror, for example, and directors like M. Night Shyamalan, just to name a few of the many people Twilight Zone has influenced with its storytelling. And, you know, again, if you're interested in these figures, you know, do your research. Again, they are around on the secondary market. Some characters are harder to find than others. Real quick, with the Canomit, the Mego company actually did release their version of the Canomit figure. And that is the only Twilight Zone they released, just him. In case you see him, if you're searching for these figures and that comes up, just to let you know, just make sure you look for the Biff Bang Pow symbol on the packaging. That's how you know it's that company versus Mego. And that's it. Hope you have a wonderful new year, and stay tuned. I am going to do my annual Living Dead Dolls haul, so watch out for that video. And as always, happy hunting.